Joyce Gordon, Board President of Sea Glass Theater Company, and I'm proud to introduce the next in the continuing Spotlight series. Please meet baritone Omar Rodriguez. Hi, Omar. How are you doing today?
Hi there, I'm doing really well. How about you?
I'm doing great now that I can sit and talk to you about your career and your experience as an artist and all the places you've been. So we're really looking forward to this spotlight.
Thank you so much. I've been such a fan of the content that you've been putting out, and it's really exciting for me to get to be a part of it. I'm really
Thanks.
excited to talk with you guys too.
Thanks so much. So tell me a little bit about where you grew up and how you first experienced music, how it grabbed your heart.
Yeah, so I grew up in Watsonville, California, a small agricultural town. It's actually the strawberry capital of the world. Woohoo! And my first introduction to music would probably have to be with mariachi music. My parents are both huge mariachi fans, and my mom's side of the family is from the state of Jalisco in Mexico, which is where mariachi was invented. And so pretty much for any party, whether it's a quinceañera, a birthday party, weddings, funerals, President's Day, it's not a real party unless there's a live mariachi with my family. And so I feel like I had a very consistent exposure to music growing up, although I don't think that I was really aware of how lucky I was until more recently, but I would say that was sort of the beginning for me.
So you performed with them when you were little. When did you start? Did you start that when you were young?
No, actually, I was not musically inclined at all as a kid. I loved the music and I loved listening to it, but actually when I didn't start singing until community college. But since then I've sung with mariachis just at parties. So now that people know I'm a singer, they're always asking me to sing. So I have like my little set list of mariachi songs that I keep adding to, and it's wonderful to perform with them.
College, did you get the bug? Was it in a choir or was it performing on stage? Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, in community college, I didn't know what I wanted to study, and so I started out taking just all the general eds that everyone has to take, and I decided to take a beginning voice class because in high school, 2 years prior, I started a heavy metal band where I played guitar. I had taught myself how to play guitar, and the hardest thing was always to find a singer and to find one that would that would stick around. And so I just thought, I had to take an elective, so might as well just see if I can learn how to sing. So I took a beginning voice class, which is sort of like one of those ones where it's like a big class and everyone takes turns and you watch other people get coached and you get coached. And I actually couldn't match pitch when I first started. And I was like, oh my God, this is so hard. Why am I so bad at this? But it also awakened something in me that I just like I wanted to get better at it, and I'd never felt that like that desire to try and go for this thing as much as I did for singing, which surprised me. But I think eventually I realized that this is, I think, the thing that I want to study and that I want to spend my life doing.
My lizard, my lively rider, may your limbs never wither, may the eyes in your face survive the green ice of envy's mean gaze. May you live out your life without hate, without grief, and your hair ever blaze in the sun, in the sun. When I am undone, when I am no one.
Did you have one coach or one teacher that really cemented that you were going to go for this in a big way?
I had, Michelle Rivard was the name of the teacher who taught that class. And then she eventually became my first private voice teacher. And also at the community college, Cabrillo College, there was a wonderful choral director named Cheryl Anderson, who was a real mentor to me and so many people, and still is. She just had a wonderful program. In community college, we were singing things like the Britain War Requiem and all this atonal music, Schoenberg, and other stuff too, but just very challenging music. And she never took no for an answer as far as the difficulty and what she expected of us. She expected a lot out of us because she knew we could do it. And I owe a lot of my trajectory so far to my wonderful mentors at Cabrillo College.
Tremenda,
So you spent most of your earlier youth, because you're still young, your earlier youth in California. What brought you to the East Coast and to Boston?
After I did my undergrad at Cal State Fullerton in Southern California, my voice teacher there, Dr. Mark Goodrich, he at one point was the chair of the voice department at Boston University. So when it came time to look at schools, he recommended that I apply. And after my first visit here at BU, which is where I'm currently finishing up my master's degree, I just fell in love and I knew it was the right place. My partner, Jessica, is also a singer. She's a soprano, and she also was in undergrad with me. We're actually from the same hometown, but she felt the same way about BU, and it was just meant to be. And now we're here, and we love everything about the East Coast, how it's so different from the West Coast, and it's just been a wonderful time so far.
Great. That's just terrific. So tell me a little bit about what you do in your downtime. I'm sure it involves Jessica and the city of Boston and all that good stuff. But what do you like to do most when you're relaxing?
Yeah, well, Jessica and we love watching anime, which is like Japanese animated TV shows and movies. We love watching shows together. I like to play video games. I'm a huge gamer, and recently I've started exercising on a daily basis, which has been really wonderful. I'd never really been serious about my health until really last year, and that's just been great, not only physically, but like for my mental health too. Can't believe I just started. I don't know why it took so long. But I love to read. And also recently I've been getting into voice acting. So I've been reading a lot about how to acoustically treat part of your room. So I've got my little setup over here, and I'm looking at different scripts, and it's a very new thing, but it's been a lot of fun to sort of delve into that world. And yeah, I think those are the main things that I've been doing recently.
Oh, that's fun.
Non, 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 je ne te délivre pas cette nuit. Tu es ma prisonnière cette nuit, toute la nuit, toute la nuit. Je les noue aux branches du saule. Tu ne t'ennuieras plus, tu ne t'ennuieras plus. Regarde, regarde, j'embrasse tes cheveux. Je ne souffre plus au milieu de tes cheveux. Tu entends mes baisers le long de tes cheveux. Ils montent le long de tes cheveux. Il faut que chacun t'en apporte. Tu vois, je puis ouvrir les mains. J'ai les mains libres et tu ne peux plus m'abandonner.
Do you have a side hustle? Is there something that you do on the side when you're not studying and whatnot?
Yeah, I do administrative duties for my parents' farm, Rodriguez Farms, and I've recently taken over their social media as well. And then I'm also working for Newton Presbyterian Church as a singer, and they've just been so wonderful to me to keep me working during this time. So I'll send in videos of me singing for their YouTube live stream services.
It's wonderful we can keep doing that in this pandemic. We've got to adjust, and to sing with the church is a really great thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Now I have to ask you about the strawberry farm. When I saw that on your bio, I went to your parents' website, and it made my mouth water. First of all, organic strawberries. What could be better? Tell me a little bit about how that affected you, and how important it is, and all that.
I'll definitely have to bring you some when I go back in there in season. Rodriguez Farms, it started when I was born, actually. So it's funny because Rodriguez Farms is as old as I am. But my parents met, they were both strawberry pickers, and so they met in a strawberry farm, and eventually they decided to start their own farm. They started out with, I think, like 5 acres, and now they have over 120. So it's just been, I think the main thing that I've learned from the farm has just been perseverance. My family overcame a lot of adversity, not just financial constraints, but like my dad's language barrier. He didn't speak English, and taught himself how to speak English and took classes. And there were a lot of ups and downs throughout the course of how long Rodriguez Farms has been around, and it's brought the family closer together, of course. And I get so inspired when I think about my parents and their story. And also I have such a huge admiration and respect for the people that pick the berries and put food on our tables every day. I mean, I did it growing up a bit, and I went to go sell berries, and it is just backbreaking labor. And these wonderful people, they do it for so many years, and they're also just some of the most wonderful people that I've met. So it's just a constant reminder for me to be grateful for what I have, but also to persevere and to not give up when things get tough.
Best lessons in life. They are the best.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Where can I find her? Whoever had a pagan kinder? My chattering, by day and night, lost me my girl and serves me right. Lost my girl and serves me right. Why did I taste that splendid wine? Why did I meet that girl of mine? She lit a fire within my heart, driving me here, driving me there. Papagena, are you near me? Papagena, have you heard me? It's no use, she'll never find me. I must leave this world behind me. All my searching is in vain. Let me end my life of pain. With this rope myself I'll strangle. Where's the branch from which I'll tangle? I'm denied my heart's delight, so I'll rid this world with night. Evil world, I'm badly treated, all my hopes of love defeated. I've had enough, and now I'll die. Lovely maiden, say goodbye. Lovely maiden, say goodbye. But it's not too late to save me. If some other maid would have me, let me try before I go. Say the word, say yes or no. Say the word, say yes or no. No one hears me.
now we'll go back to your performance. What is the most memorable performance that you've ever given?
Oh man, the most memorable, I think, so I got to do this multiple times. At Cal State Fullerton, the choral program there got to be a part of the Harry Potter in Concert series at the Hollywood Bowl. So that's when they play the Harry Potter movies on those big Jumbotron screens, but there's no music, and instead the music is played live with a live orchestra and choir. Those were just so memorable because I mean, the fans, the people who attend these and the shows are sold out, like they just go wild, and the energy is just so infectious. But also, modern film music it's not really made to be performed live. I mean, we did it, but I guess what I'm trying to say is that when it's recorded in fragments, and then in post-production, they'll be like, okay, we're gonna line up this orchestral hit with the punch that happens right here, and so but to do it live, it was very daunting but very exciting. And we're watching the movie, we're sitting there with our tuning forks, and then okay, it's coming up. and then we're done, and then we sit for like 20 minutes. I think those were the most memorable concerts for me.
So who's your favorite non-classical musical artist?
I'd have to say Sonata Arctica. They're a metal band from Finland, and their music, it talks about environmentalism, protecting the environment, education rights, and songs about believing in yourself. I think that they were definitely like the first band that I got really obsessed with in high school, and I still listen to them regularly.
Boy, I'm going to have to look them up. I've never heard them.
They're not very
Awesome.
popular here in the States, but they're great. Yeah, I'd recommend it.
Awesome. And are they the ones that you like to listen to in your downtime mostly, or are there other bands you like too?
Definitely, yeah. I love listening to them. I mean, mainly a lot of metal bands from Scandinavia, like Nightwish, there's Camelot. I also like to listen to a lot of top 40 music just to sort of be up to date and know what's going on in the music industry at large. So I love to listen to a lot of artists like, there's like Post Malone, Doja Cat, Ariana Grande, she's a great singer.
Yeah. So now something that I noticed on your resume was your involvement in the Latinx Artists Society in Opera. Mm-hmm. Can you tell me a little bit about that and what it encompasses?
Definitely, yeah. So we're a relatively new group, and we're a small team that I feel so lucky to be a part of. So our mission is to actively decolonize the classical vocal field and foster an inclusive Latinx singing community, and also raise awareness to social justice issues and things that pertain to being a Latinx artist. Some things that we've been doing are artist spotlights, which is where we feature on our page Latinx singers, usually singing music by Latinx composers. We also have a segment called Conoce the Composer, Get to Know the Composer, where we do, again, a feature and a bio of Latinx composers, many of whom aren't really well known in the classical music canon, but are just so wonderful. Some other things that we've done on the social justice end is we work together with the Black Opera Alliance and Latina Women in Opera groups to write an open letter denouncing the predatory audition fees and competition fees that certain companies are doing, that of course affect all singers, all young singers starting out, but really affect people of color just because of the way that wealth and generational wealth are distributed in our country and in our time. So we have a lot of different projects that we're involved in, and we're still starting out, and we have a lot of things in the works now, but the team is just so wonderful and amazing. We're all from different parts of the world, and again, I just feel so, I could talk about it all day, but I'll end with saying that I feel so lucky to be a part of this team, and just so lucky to be a part of all this work that we're doing.
Well, we wish that organization and you and your team the very best of luck with it. It's an important thing to do to level society. You know, you just need to level it out and get everybody shoulder to shoulder and realize we're all the same, aren't we?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. You're welcome. You're welcome. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is your travels around the world. You've performed and been in many, many places that made me envy you to be able to do that. So could you talk a little bit about the ones that really were the most fun and the most memorable for you?
Yeah, of course. I mean, gosh, every country has just been so memorable, but most of these opportunities that I've been lucky enough to have been with the choral programs of the different schools that I've visited, and I was lucky enough to sing in the choir and have solos for a lot of these. But I've been to Italy several times. I've sung at the Vatican several times with the masses there. I've been to Croatia, Slovenia, and where else? Germany and Austria, and most recently Spain. And each country just has its unique charm. And I mean, the people everywhere, all over the world, there's just such wonderful people out there. And I think traveling to all these places with different cultures is not only is it fun to perform, but it's also really fun to see how we're all the same, as you were just saying.
Yeah. That's the beauty of music, isn't it?
Definitely. It connects us all together.
Exactly.